Hey guys, what up? It's Goose TV here again today, and today I'm back with another Madden mobile video on my channel. Now today's video, guys, we are going to be talking about how the reset works in Madden Mobile. If you did not know, every single year the new game comes out and everything pretty much resets. So I'm going to be talking about that process, how everything works or how it's supposed to work, and give you a little bit of insight on what might be happening over the next few months before we transition over to Madden Mobile 22. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on my post notifications so you never miss any of my videos. 70% of you guys aren't subscribed, so please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Let's try to get this video to 200 likes. So this past year, the transition to Madden Mobile 21 from 20 was the first time that it was a little bit different because we got a brand new app. That was the first time that's ever happened. I think the reason for that was with the link to console and everything like that. But this year there will be no new app. The same app will stay, so you won't have to do anything else. You won't have to download a brand new app, but that's going to mean it's probably going to work very similarly to how it's worked every single year. So basically, like I said, to kind of recap, your team and everything resets when the new game comes out. We start back at 85 overalls. We start back with gold players having, being relevant. We start back at 0. We start back in August or whenever. So usually the game resets every single August. Now that is obviously a date that's going to be, fluctuating. It's going to be all over the place. We don't know exactly. Maybe they're going to release it early. Maybe they're going to, release it in September. Maybe they're going to release it late. So there's no way of us knowing that quite yet. We will be getting some new information here very soon. But usually it is around August. But like I said, around June, I think is usually when we start to get sneak peeks. We get our date for the release date. We get kind of our first looks at the game. So those are going to, in a few weeks here, we're going to start to probably get some new information, which is always super exciting. If you haven't been around for a reset of a game, it is one of the most exciting times. It's been so, it's a whole year. You're playing the whole year. The off season gets dry, but then when the new season comes out, a lot of people start playing the game. Everybody's making videos on it. Just it's new, it's fresh, it's fun, and that's always the best time of the game for me and a lot of people. So it's always something to look forward to, and which is why I like to make videos so far in advance for that. So with the new app this year, like I said, nothing was able to be rolled over. However, this year we still have our same app, so in that case, stuff will be able to be rolled over. So the way it's usually worked is you have a legacy team. Basically, you can't use your old team for the new game. However, there's usually a little tab where you can see your old team, and sometimes you'll be able to play live events with your team. I believe in Madden Mobile Overdrive, or Madden Overdrive, whatever you want to call it, there was an event where you could play with your old team and you had chances of pulling some rare cards that were in the old game, like, obviously lower overall versions of it, but that kind of thing was super cool, and I would expect to see a legacy team this year, which would be super cool. And then what we also have that's a huge part of the reset is called season score. Will they bring it back this year? I really hope so. Obviously last year they didn't have it, but season score is such an important part of the game, I think, for a lot of people, and it gets people playing the game in the off season and towards the end of the year. The way that this works is it rewards your progress throughout the entire year and rewards it in the next game when the new game comes out. So you're going to be collecting tokens and things from leveling up or doing certain things in different areas of the game, whether that be the number of live events you've played, your team overall, the amount of sets you've completed, maybe what your level is, how well your league has done, maybe how many arena games you've played. Those sort of things all add up to your season score, and at the end you have these certain amount of tokens that you earn, and then you can trade those in for rewards in the next game, whether that be some pro packs, an elite player to start off your team, maybe they'll have special jerseys or a stadium you could buy at the start with that. So it gives you a mini head start on the game. Usually it's not worth a ton of stuff, but it's still fun to at least get a few packs, get a few gold players, maybe one elite player from your team just for playing in the old game. And like I said, your legacy team and all that shows up. So I would expect season score to be coming out this season. Obviously, we're not going to be getting it yet. Hopefully June is when it usually is going to come out, so that's kind of the date we're aiming for, somewhere in June, somewhere next month. But yeah, hopefully season score is one of those things that's going to roll over, and like I said, it lets us play towards the end of the season, and then it makes you want to catch up on the things that maybe you didn't catch up on. Maybe you need to start doing a lot more of your daily goals or your challenges. Maybe you need to join a league or start doing some league versus league matches, or your overall. You need to get your overall up to be able to get to the top number, to be able to get the high max season score. And then there's also usually challenges. Just like we have our daily goals with daily and challenges, these kind of challenges are usually the kind of things that you'll see that'll bump up your season score. You'll get those kind of things. You'll work on that. It's a lot of fun. So hopefully season score is something that makes a return. So let's talk about what rolls over to the next game and what does not roll over. First of all, your team does not roll over. You're starting with a brand new team because obviously there's the cards that you have from your old team in this season are not going to be in next season. So you might have a legacy team, as I mentioned, but your team is going to reset back to nothing. Your coins do not reset. Obviously it's a brand new game. You got to make brand new coins, brand new economy. The coins just do not transfer over. So usually what people do is spend them on their legacy teams towards the end. Obviously you can use that to, whatever you need to do to be able to make your team better. Right now there's nothing else to spend coins on other than that. Usually I like to buy some packs and have fun with the end, but right now I'm not going to spend 118 million coins on pro packs. Hopefully we get some other way to be able to spend our coins, or maybe get some players to upgrade some different things. So we'll have to see on that. The one thing that does carry over is Madden Cash. Madden Cash does carry over, which is, I guess, a good thing. Yeah, so all the money you've spent on the game, that does transfer over. Last year it did not, which really sucks. I know there was no way to transfer it over. However, like I said, it can transfer over. So let's say for me, I have 13,000 cash right now. If I really wanted to, I didn't have to spend it right now. If I don't want to spend it until next game, I can do that, and that 13,000 cash will show up. The one thing that we're not sure about carrying over is Madden Gems. If I were to guess, they will not carry over because it's usually a different type of different ways to earn them. Madden Cash, there's one way to earn them. I don't think the value will ever change, so something like that'll carry over. But Madden Gems, there's different ways to get them in free to play areas of the game. I just don't think that gems will be something that carry over. So if it goes on recent years, really the only thing that does carry over is Madden Cash. And then usually they'll show, like I said, you'll have a little trophy room where you can see your old team, you can see how many live events or what your record was in Overdrive or Arena or those kind of things, how your league did. Usually that kind of stuff is shown in your trophy room or your legacy area. So hopefully we have something like that, and I really think we will. Like I said, last year, if you didn't play the reset last year or in a year before, let's talk a little bit about how this game will function towards the last month in the last few days of the game. Now, like I said, with this past year, the other app is still available. The servers are still online, but that's because we got a brand new app. They were able to simultaneously kind of do that, so we didn't have any off period from where we couldn't play Madden Mobile 20 to Madden Mobile 21. However, because it is the same app, there is always a few days period where the game is under maintenance and we don't play the game. So what'll happen is, kind of a few days before, they'll let us know exactly what's going on. There'll be a date where auction house posting will be disabled, so that because you can post auctions for almost 3 days, if we look, I believe it's 72 hours is the max here, 3 days, so 3 days before, or maybe I think 4 days before usually maintenance happens, auction house posting is disabled, and then whatever happens for the next 3 days, the auctions kind of go down, trickle down until 72 hours is done. You can, obviously you can't post auctions anymore, and then the auction house is done because there's nothing on the auction house. Like I said, there will be about 1 day where you just finalize everything, you take one last look at the game, basically take your final screenshots, and then usually 2 or 3 days before the new game comes out, the server goes down for maintenance. We're not able to play for a few days, and then when the final day does come that the game is going to release, there will be a new update in the App Store rather than a whole new app you can download. You download that, and then usually the first day the servers are awful because everyone's trying to get on. It's a huge mess, but it's a whole whole lot of fun. Playing the game for the first time is always a blast, and I'm super excited. Hopefully this year we can make some changes that are going to be much better for the game. We can have a lot more fun, make some more videos, all of that fun stuff. And obviously with the off season, we'll have some brand new promos coming out over the next few days, over the next few months, some more field passes. I'm excited for the rest of the season, but I'm also excited to get on with the reset here in a few months. Today's post notification shout out goes out to Cyril Gandhi, the first person to comment on a video for the next video's post notification shout out. But anyways guys, that is just about it for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to like it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm Goose TV and I'm out. I will see you guys later.